Hey, good morning. Good morning. Mike Harris again, and this is the day the Lord has made, and we're going to rejoice and we're going to be glad in it. For if it had not been for the Lord who's on my side, oh, where would I be? And that's my testimony. I don't know where I'd be without him. But I want to greet you on this cold, sort of overcast Wednesday morning. This morning we've got another topic that I like to talk about all the time, but I've got a special guest to help me illustrate a few things. All right. Now, this morning, we're going to be talking to you a little bit about programming and transformation and the difference in the two. I found that a lot of times in life, let me introduce you to my friend first, and then they'll help me explain it. His name is Ducky. Check Ducky out. It's Ducky. Believe it or not, Ducky can do some magnificent stuff. Check this out.
Cut 'em all, Jack, but leave me out of it.
Oh, really, Ducky, huh? What else you got to say?
I am faster than a speeding BB.
You faster than a speeding BB? What else? Oh, you giving us information on duck calls. Now, we don't understand duck language.
I ain't afraid of no duck, man.
You're not afraid of no duck? What you say?
I am so tasty.
Okay, guys, I tell you, my wife even brought this in to me last night, and it tickled me so bad because when I began to listen to it, Ducky has a lot of different things that he can say, but all of those things are programmed into him. So, being programmed, after I learn all those things, I will be able to know exactly what he says, when he's going to say it, and how he's going to want to say it. Pretty much, that lets me know how I can control him, manipulate him. I can have him say exactly what I want because he's programmed. Once I pick up the program and understand it and learn it, I got him. So, my thing is this morning that if you want to be successful in life, I'm talking about being successful in life. If you can be successful in life, guess what? You're going to be a good family man. You're going to be a good friend. You're going to be a good brother. You're going to be successful in all those things. You're going to be successful in your business because it's all intertwined together. So I'm telling you this morning, we're not going to be like Ducky and stay programmed. Okay? The Bible says, be ye transformed through the renewing of your mind. The new things that you bring in are supposed to help to transform you. Transformation means changing from one estate to another. It can be a slow transformation. It can be a fast transformation. It can be physical. It can be spiritual. It can be mental. The thing is that something is taking place and the transforming is causing you to be something a little bit different than you were originally. Now, some of us, we tie that in to the paradigm shift because as the things that you know create your paradigm. But when you introduce new ideas and new concepts, it causes a shift. Now, what you used to see, you don't see quite like it used to be because the new information has caused a shift in your paradigm. Well, see, the same thing is in being programmed versus transforming. They used to tell me when I was coming up, I was a bad boy. I don't mind admitting it. I wouldn't listen to nobody, but they used to tell me, you're not going to do nothing. You're never going to amount to anything. You ain't no good for nobody else. You're sure not no good for yourself. For years, I listened to that and I allowed those type of things to program my mind into the point where they didn't have to tell me no more that I want no good. They didn't have to tell me those things because I acted those things out. I transformed myself into what they were trying to program me to be. Hey, when I was out in the world, that's the way it was. They gave me a nickname when I was out in the street called McNasty. Heard it so much to the point where I programmed myself to have a McNasty attitude. You see, McNasty had a persona that I had to program myself into being. But when all my luck run out, and it was time for the rubber to meet the road, there were things that I had experienced, even those bad things that needed to transform me because I was trying to become something different than what I was. Be ye transformed through the renewing of your mind. I found out that I didn't have to stay no good. I found out that I could accomplish things. I found out that I could be successful. I found out that I could be a winner by allowing the new information that I was bringing in to transform me. Even coming up through the church, I tell you, it was just church folks. Now, See, folks get mad when you start talking about that. You know what? Anybody can be a church folk, but only a few can belong to him. But you know what? They used to, I was in an association, and I went to preach at this big association meeting. And you know, they were always telling me, you just a troublemaker. You can't hold true to the doctrines. You can't do this. You can't do that. Well, no, I couldn't do it if it didn't make no sense to me. No, I couldn't do it if it broke the rule. And now, a prime instance, I was preaching at the association. The air conditioner stopped working. It was 104 in the building. When I got up to preach, I took my jacket off. The audience was fed through the word. All the preachers had to say, I can't believe he took his coat off. Listen, I'm not going to be programmed. I'm not. And you shouldn't be either. Because programming, even though good to a degree, it will hold you back from becoming who you are destined to be. Even in my business, when I first started out, they told me, Mike, you ain't going to be able to compete with the big boys. You don't have the knowledge. You don't have the understanding. So if I didn't have it, I had enough common sense to go and get it. Now, it was my choice is when I got it to allow it myself to be programmed into the pattern because they didn't want me to achieve anyway. Allow that pattern to hold me back, or take that new knowledge that I've learned and allow it to transform me step by step. You see, life is it is a series of processes and steps. So step by step, I allow these things to transform me. But the most amazing transformation I ever had was spirituality, because once my spirituality began to transform, it's real funny, like when you're new and coming into a church. Everything is cool till you start to grow. As soon as you start to grow, they're going to find something wrong with you. You didn't do this. You didn't do that. As soon as you start opening your spiritual eye and see that everything ain't like what you thought it was. As soon as you get your spiritual man or woman start to build up and you begin to be speaking on the things. No, they want you programmed. This is the way it's always been. This is the way it's going to be. My great granddaddy's granddaddy did it like this, and we're going to do it too. Well, I'm sorry. I am not programmed. I cannot be programmed, and I will not be programmed. I don't mind you teaching me something, but once it's taught, it is taught to cause a transformation. I can't get it sometimes. Why is it the preachers feel like they're supposed to stand up and preach, Lord have mercy, preach angels out of heaven? And as soon as their people start to grow, they want to hold them back. They want to start beating them down because they want you programmed. Now I'm telling you, don't be programmed. Gain the knowledge. If you have to follow, it's one thing to be following the programming, but it's another thing to be programmed. Programming is to teach you a concept of different equations that have worked. But see, as time changes, those things that I may have learned, I may have to add something new in order to get them to propagate like they should. So this month, we're just talking about the difference in being programmed and transformed. And I promise you, if you allow the good things that come to you, that get knowledge, get spiritual understanding, allow those things to transform you, there's no way you're going to be programmed. My greatest prayer for my wife when she came into the ministry was, Lord, first off, I thank you for allowing me to be a part of her life, allowing me to speak into her ministry. But Lord, please, don't let me do anything that's going to hold her back, because I didn't want her programmed. All of the ministers who've come up through our ministry, I didn't want them programmed. I wanted them transformed, because then God could use you. Okay, guys, look, God bless you. Remember, don't be programmed, be transformed.